Welcome to Passion for Books. My name is Kim. Today I'm bringing you the books that I've chosen for my September TBR list. Two of the books you will have seen if you watched the unboxing of the August box, as well as the books that I shared with you from my July box of the Bookcase Club unboxings. One of the books, The Big Bad Beast, I've already devoured that book, so I may do an independent review of that book, but I did absolutely enjoy it. It was actually a reread because I do have it on my Kindle. I did finally figure that one out. I have an audiobook which is called Archangel's Consort that I started late last week, and so it's going into September as well. I absolutely love Nalini Singh. I think that would be my third book that I'm reading of hers this upcoming month, I should say. I love the Guild Hunter series. I cannot highly recommend it enough, and I am waiting anxiously for the Archangel's War to come out on Audible. I believe it's out for pre-order, but I don't want to do that. I want to wait until I can actually get it on Audible. And no, this is not a sponsored video by any means. It's just a service that I purchase every month as well with my own money. And I have done that for years and years and years. I think since like 2007 or something around in that range. So that is a book that I'm listening to. Will take me into September. Like I said, I started late last week when I finished another, I think it was Archangel's Kiss. So I'm trying to go back and refresh my memory on these books in that anticipation of being able to get that book, the newest book soon, hopefully. I also have a book that I am reading at work. I leave it there, so when my students are reading independently, then I'm also modeling what I'm wanting them to do. So when they're reading, I'm silently reading as well. And that book, I believe, is called Beast, and I'll have another picture of it as well because I don't have it here with me to show you. I started it again late last week as well. Now that school is finally in the swing and it's settling down into our routines that we're going to be doing pretty much daily, I can actually start modeling what I'm wanting them to do as well. It's been a very interesting book, I will say. The Beast has been, it starts off with a bang and it continues to go. He's already been in an accident. He fell off the roof, broke or has several fractures in his leg, and it's pinned. And then he seems to have some type of disorder where his hair grows very, very rapidly. So not just his hair on his head, but the physical hair on his body as well. So I'm not sure if that's a real thing or if that's just something the author has done and created this type of thing. So I'll know more about that as we go on. So a lot of things have gone on with the main character, and he's an interesting character. It is set in a high school setting, so a YA book on that one. Archangel's Consort adult book. So I think I have mostly adult books, but 2 of them out of the 7, I think I'll have 6 books. Cannot count, 6 books. 4 of them are adult books, 2 of them are YA books, and I mentioned throughout what they will be, so you'll know. And I also have those linked down if I can find them on Amazon and Nook, or both, which would be the Barnes & Noble. I'll try to separate them out into YA and adult books to make it a little bit easier on you guys. But anyways, let me get to the physical books that I actually have here. All right. So I talked about a little bit about the Archangel's Kiss, and I talked about the Beast. Archangel's Kiss, I cannot speak. That is by Nalini Singh. I don't recall off the top of my head who the author of Beast is, because again, it's at work. Go me. All right, but I do have 4 here that I've been starting on this weekend, mainly today, because I actually chose them out, I think, today, so I started them today. A little repetitive there, but you guys understand where I'm coming from. This school year, it seems like I'm not going to have as much time during the week to actually read, so I'm doing primarily majority, if not all of my reading on Saturday and Sundays, which means filming is an interesting time frame to get it in as well, because I work out in the morning and then I do my other half of my workouts in the afternoon this year, so I can't fit them both in the morning. I would love to, but that means I'm getting up like 3:30, 4 o'clock in the morning. That is way too early. 4:15 right now is where I'm at, but I'm hoping eventually get down to maybe 4:30 and still be able to do everything and get to work on time. So that's cut into my afternoon time that I normally would film and edit and all of that time and have time to actually read books. So all of that is going on the weekend and trying to fit in filming at least one video, possibly two, get them edited for the week. So right now, one video a week for sure, but I'm hoping to eventually, as the year goes, get back up to 2 videos a week. That is my lofty goal right now. But we're going to make it work. Okay, another side tangent that I went on so you guys would understand that, yes, these are my September books, but I am starting it a week early so that I can actually hopefully have a prayer of getting through all of them. And if you want to know more updates about the books, follow me on Twitter for sure. It's passion4books, just like my YouTube name is, booktube name. When I do at least a chapter or more, I will update my pages and give a little thought of what's going on. You know, am I enjoying it, and am I not? Those types of things. So if you want kind of a mini updates throughout the week, if I can get anything read during the week, that's where you'll find the little mini updates. All right. So the first physical book that I have is called Kitty and the Midnight Hour by Carrie Vaughn. I read this book years ago. So little girl's coming to visit. I don't remember a lot about this book. So I'm having to go back, I think I maybe read it once and haven't picked it up since I initially read this book. So I'm interested to see. She's part of a pack. I think she comes across maybe as a weaker character to start off with because she's trying to find her way. I don't think it was a thing that she wanted to become a wolf shifter, but I don't know the backstory of that yet. This is the first book of the series, so working on it. I've gotten a little bit. I am on actually Chapter 3, which is page 30. Again, if you follow me on Twitter, I've done a few updates as I've made some of my progress through today. So far, enjoying it, actually. Even though she seems a little bit unsure about herself right now, I think by the end she's going to find her place, I think. Not many authors leave their characters weak if they start off weak in the beginning, especially if they're a main character. So I can't wait to watch her grow as a character. Okay, so looking forward to continue reading this. This book is my second Nalini Singh book. It is Slave to Sensation. This is her Psy Changeling books. Loved this series when I first picked it up. I love it because she uses such high vocabulary in this particular series. It makes me stop and think about it. Again, there are 3 different races involved. The Psy, who have the paranormal abilities like telekinesis and all sorts of things like that. You have the regular human race, just normal people, and then you have the Changeling, which in her world is the shifters that we know in mainstream. So that's just her take on shifters. She calls them changelings. So they're different types like jaguars, wolves, bears, those types of things. And this is the first book of the Psy Changeling. So I'm going back. I chose this one because of another book that I got in that unboxing of August Bookcase Club. I wanted to refresh my memory about the things that went on because that book, which I'll share with you in just a few minutes, is, I think, it's kind of a spin-off. I think it's the first book of the Psy Changeling Trinity series that I think follows in with this one. So again, I am on Chapter 3 of this one as well, so that would be starting at page 29. Looking forward to continue reading about, I believe it was Sacha Duncan and Lucas Hunter are the 2 main characters. Sacha is the Psy, and Hunter, last name Hunter, first name Lucas, is the Jaguar, I think. Jaguar changeling or shifter. So very much interested in reading more about this one and reminding myself about the series because I did really, really enjoy it. So can't wait to dive more into that. which leads me into the third Nalini Singh book, which is why I'm interested in reading the background, which is Silver Silence. Again, I shared with you in the synopsis of this book, making sure Jester doesn't hit the camera this go around. So I shared the synopsis about this book in my unboxing, so if you're curious, again, I'll try to link it up in the cards as well as down below, so you can check that video out if you're interested in knowing a little bit more detail about this one. I have not gotten as far as this one. I'm only on chapter 2 because I haven't gone back yet to read this chapter 2 yet, like I've done with a few of the other books, but I am enjoying it. A lot has happened in the first chapter and kind of like I think prologue-ish type of introduction. So again, I'm enjoying it. Not many of her books have I not enjoyed. Whether it's the Guild Hunter series or the Side Changeling series, I absolutely adore this author. I would highly recommend her if you've not picked up any of her books. Definitely worth checking out. And then the last and final book that I have with me for this upcoming September month is Places No One Knows. This was from my July box that I shared with you guys in that video that I posted last week. Very intriguing. It does take you in multiple, at least so far, 2 characters' minds, so 2 points of view. You have Waverly, she is the heroine of the book, and then what is his name? Not remember. Marshall. And Marshall is the other kind of main character. I'm not sure if he's going to be an antagonist. Both. One you have is kind of the straight A, type of student, and then this is the YA books. The other books that I shared with you first were all adult books. This is my second YA book that I will be reading this month. By Brenna Yovanoff. High school setting as well, just like The Beast was. They both are troubled teens. She comes across as the straight A, popular girl, and you think her life is perfect from the outside, but she's very much an insomniac is what I'm gathering so far. She doesn't sleep a lot at night. She's got a lot of things going on, and you go into her mindset and you learn a lot about that. And only in the first chapter I've read so far. I'm going into chapter 2 soon. And then Marshall, he has a very troubled home life. He is addicted to drugs right now. I think he just, what I last left off with this one, he just took acid that his older brother gave him. So, but he's incredibly smart. He's just not applying himself in his classes. So that is his thing that he comes across as this unintelligent loser type of character, but he is in fact extremely smart, but his home life is not really conducive of him applying himself. So 2 different characters, both extremely smart characters, but both with troubling issues that they're having to wade through. So very much interested in reading it. I believe I left off chapter 2, page 55. It is a very weird setup in this book, so the chapters are jumps from perspective to perspective, and then you have breaks in between the action. I'm guessing that's what some of these things are. I've never seen a book quite set up like it. So it is taking me some time to get used to that flow of writing. Otherwise, it's an easy read once you figure out all of the spacing issues, because it looks like it's starting another chapter, but it's just a stop of one scene and going into the next. So that is a little bit off-putting. And if you saw the camera jump, that was little girl rubbing up against it, because that's what cats like to do. But anyway, so looking forward to continuing to read this particular YA book and see how everything gets resolved and how these 2 characters turn out. Okay. So I hope you enjoyed seeing the books that I have chosen to read for the month of September. Again, I am starting, like I said earlier, early because I mainly have the weekend to read on. Let me know down below if you've read any of these books, which books you're most interested in me maybe doing a follow-up video on, an independent review on, those types of things. And follow me again on Twitter. I do a little bit of social media on Instagram, but I do a lot more of the updates primarily through Twitter. So again, it's simply at passion4books is my handle for that, and I'll have it on the screen as well. So again, I hope you enjoyed this video, and until my next one, I hope you have a good one. Bye.